We are going to go ahead and start with our math lesson. And today we're going to move on to a different section of the same standard. So the same goals that we've been working on, but we're going to work on a second part of that, okay? So let me share my screen with you so that you can see our goal for the day. We're going to be looking at the same standard, which is our goal, of reading and writing whole numbers up to 10,000, use words, models, and standard form and expanded form to represent and show equivalent forms of a whole number up to 10,000. So basically, picture form, got it. Word form, got it. Standard form, got it. But we have not moved on to showing equivalent forms of numbers, okay? Equivalent means equal. So they're the same, okay, but they appear in different ways. Now, this is something that sounds really funky, but you actually know it very well. Let me prove it to you. So multiple representations are when we have a number using different groupings of place values. So take a look at this. 100 ones. Let's change this to dollar bills. If I have a stack of 100 $1 bills in my hand, I have $100. I can go to the store and I can pay that way with something that costs $100. Exact same thing if I have 10 tens. Count that with me. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. So my stack went from 100 ones, got a lot skinnier, down to 10 tens, but I could still go spend that $100 the same. Then we can make our stack even smaller, look, by creating 100. So if I had a single bill in my hand that was $100, it's only one piece of paper, but I can still go spend it the same way. So all of these are equivalent to 100, even though they look in our physical eye differently, okay? Another example here. So let's count these dollar bills. Right here, if I had this on my counter, I would have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, $10. Well, let's say I don't want to carry all these ones because I'm afraid that I'm going to lose some of them. I could exchange that for this right here. Look, this is a $10 bill. This is exactly the same amount as this illustration, but they appear differently to our physical eye. I could also have $10 this way. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So all of these are $10. This is $10. This is $10, and this is $10. They just look different, okay? We're going to do the same thing with place value today. Here's another example. A dollar bill, or 4 quarters is a dollar, or 10 dimes is a dollar. They look different. They're worth the exact same, okay? This can be done with place value blocks. So we just kind of talked about this, but now we switched instead of money into blocks. We know that this is a hundreds block. We know that these are 10 sticks. This is 100, and it is the same as, look here, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. This is equivalent to 100, just as this is. They simply look different to our physical eye, but they have the same value. Take a look at another one. We can easily count this quickly. 10, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. So this has a value of 24. Let's take a look at this picture. Here's 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. 24. So this is equivalent to 24. This is equivalent to 24. It looks like what happened is they took this 10 stick and cut it up into 10 ones. Has the same value, it just appears differently. Same can be said for the thousands. This is a thousands cube. If we were to count how many hundreds cubes they have stacked going back here, it would be 10. And here's my proof. Catch on with me if you're ready. 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, 900, 1,000. All they did was cut up that cube into its individual blocks, and it equals 1,000. So these have the same value, but they look different, okay? We're going to work on multiple representations today. You're going to see a set of directions here. Show another way to create this number. You may not use the exact same blocks. So I can't just put 7 10 sticks and 3 ones. I have to create 73 a different way. Here's how you're going to create this, and I want you to watch carefully because I've already received some messages saying this isn't working. So you're going to go to your journal, and then when you get there, you'll scroll down and you'll see something that has a link. It says, use the following link to create model representations of numbers. When I click on that link, it's going to bring me up to a page that looks like this. It's going to look like it's not working. It is working. It just says click to enable Adobe Flash Player. I'm going to click on that. Click. When I do, it brings up a box. Right here, it either says allow or run or yes or enable. I'm going to click on it, allow, and then it will bring me up to this page. Okay? I want you to go ahead and do that now. So go to your Seesaw, toggle to your Seesaw, go to your journal. When you get to your journal, click on that blue link that says Model Representations. Again, it'll bring you to a puzzle piece. You've got to click Enable, and then it should look like this, okay? Go do that now, please, in a background tab. All right. I want to talk with you about how this screen works. So go ahead and hop back into Zoom. So leave that open in your background and hop over to your Zoom browser. Okay. You will notice that on the side, you have your blocks. You have your 1, your 10s, your 100s, your 1000s, okay? Look down here at this blue box. It's like a rounded rectangle. Watch what happens when I put a number in here.
Oh, so you're mute.
Look, it counts for me. Do you see that? So I could keep clicking and then it will count. So let's just create a random number here. Now look how messy this looks. This is hard for me to read. So I'm going to use this button right down here that says line up. Watch what happens when I click this. It organizes my pieces for me. So don't worry about making them so perfectly spaced apart. There's a button that will automatically do that for you. That way you can get your work done quickly, okay? If I want to erase a block that I just put, I'm going to click the erase. That will take away the last one that I clicked, okay? If I want to clear my whole board, I'm going to click on this broom that says clear work mat and watch what happens. Gone, okay? So again, you have these pieces on the side and it will count for you. If you don't want it to count for you because you want to try to keep track mentally, you can click the hide button and it'll take that away. If you accidentally click the hide button and you want it back, just click show and it'll bring it back for you. So this will automatically count for you. So there we go. I've got my 2,000 or 4,000, 300, and 15. Again, it's messy. I want to line them up, and there it is. Okay? So this is how we're going to use this mat. All right? I'm going to clear my board. So the first number that you have been given, let me X out of that right here, is 73. But you are not allowed to use 7 10s and 3 1s. You have to create 73 a different way. So here's how I might do that. I'm going to try with 6 10s. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. And it keeps track down here. Now, I can't add another 10 because then I'd have the exact same picture. So I'm going to switch down to 1s because I know there's no hundreds in the number. There's no thousands in 73. So I'm going to go until I get to 73. Watch down here. 60, 61. Look, it's counting for me. I'm not at 74 yet. I'm going to keep going. Oh, look, 74. I'm going to line them up. So this time I used 6 10s and I used 14 1s. And that is indeed different than 7 10s and 3 1s. Oh, nope. Miss Sousa made 74. Erase. There we go, 73. See how easy that is? So 73 here is with 7 10s and 3 1s. 73 on the one that I created is different because it's only 6 tens and I have 13 ones. Okay, so you're going to create a different representation. All right. Now, if I really wanted to get fancy, I could also do it this way. Line them up and look at that. There's 73 as well. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 1, 2, 3. Okay, I'm going to ask you to use common sense. If I show you a number that says 1,000, I do not want you clicking this one square 1,000 times. Okay, we got to make sure we keep pace with our math lesson. So use this when it makes sense, but use common sense. Okay, so different ways to make 73. I'm going to show you a number and then I'm going to have you share it. And then I'm going to call on a couple of you to share your screen. Okay, your number is 173. I used 100, 3 tens, and 7 ones. You have to create it a different way. You could change the hundreds block. You could change the tens blocks. You could change the ones, how many there are. Okay? I'd like for you now to go into that program and create 137 a different way. And I'm going to use my screen here. I'll leave it on the screen so you can see. 137 a different way. Go to your tab and create that now. Okay, I need for some people, while the rest of you are finding that, I need for some people who were able to create 137 a different way to raise that hand emoji, please. If you were able to create 137 a different way, raise that hand emoji. And then I'm going to ask you, awesome, okay. Angel, I'm going to have you share your screen. So at the very bottom, it should say share screen with an arrow pointing up. Go ahead and click on that for me. Beautiful. Take a look at Angel's screen. All right, show us 137 a different way. Alrighty, so Angel's using some tens. We can see what he's at so far. 90. Oh, he's created 100 using tens. Okay. He's switching to ones. All right. All right, he's at 107. He's going back to those tens now. Okay, check it out. 137. And he's going to line those up for us. Look. Okay, there's 100, there's 30, and there are 7. And that is very different than 100s, 3 tens, and 7 ones. Thank you, Angel. Appreciate it. Go ahead and stop sharing that screen for me. Beautiful. Okay. So that's what you are going to be doing today in a breakout room. Do not clear your boards when you're done, because I'm going to ask you randomly to share your screen. Okay? So at the end, I'm going to have you share your screen, and you're going to show us the work that you and your partner came up with. Okay? So do not clear your board. Leave it open. All right? Okay. The next number that I would like for you to create, and I will put this in the chat for your breakout room as well, is 1,234. 1,234. I used 1,000 cube, 2 hundreds blocks, 3 10 sticks, and 4 ones. It's easy to remember because it's 1, 2, 3, 4. You have to create it a different way. 1,234 a different way. Okay? All right, I'm going to send you into some breakout rooms here. I'd like for you to work with your partners to create 1,234 different ways. All right, we are coming back together. I'm going to show you a different one. This will be our last one before our break, and we'll finish this up today at our 12:40 time. So let's take a look here. Your next number that I would like for you to create is 741. I need to make that a little bit bigger for you. 741. Let me share my screen. No, I'm all kinds of mixed up. There we go. All right. 741, and you will see that I have created 741 like this, with 7 hundreds blocks, 4 tens, and 1 1. I'd like for you to create 741 a different way. And remember, in your breakout rooms, you can be talking with your partner and sharing your screen with each other to support. You're getting ready to get your invite. 741 a different way. Go. So open up your manipulatives, and while we're all on here together, go ahead and create 741 a different way than 700, 4 tens, and 1 1. Up your representation, and then we're going to take a look at a couple different people's work and see all the different ways that we came up with to create 741. And I love it. We have people that are very excited to share. Awesome. All right, Terrence, you were super, super, super excited. Go ahead and share that screen, bud. Let's see if your way is the same as other people in the room and different from the way I showed you. All right, here's Terrence's work. Let's take a look. All right, so Terrence, explain what you've done.
So I did 7,000, and then I put 1 1.
So you use the 10 sticks?
Yep, and then 1 1.
So 74 tens and 1 1 is equivalent to 741. That definitely looks different than what I did. Awesome. Thank you, Terrence. All right. I'm going, I love that. All righty. I'm going to have Genova. You were super excited. Go ahead, Genova. You can share your screen with us now. Let's see if Genova's way is different even from Terrence's.
Okay.
All
Okay,
right.
so I put 7 hundreds, and then instead of 4 tens, I put 3, and then made a 10 with the ones, and then put 1 more 10 for the one that goes after 40.
Okay, so you switched a 10 out for ones and ended up with 11 ones. So guys, look, you've seen 3 ways to create that now. So it's the same number, 741, and you've seen 3 different ways. Awesome. Thank you, Ms. Genova. I appreciate that. All right. We are going to come back together this afternoon for some further practice with creating multiple representations, okay? So you are going to be creating different ways to create the same number this afternoon. You do not have any assigned work right now, okay? There is no assigned work to complete for this. It's a new topic. We're still practicing. I want you back on today at 12:40. Okay, 12:40, we're going to continue this math lesson. Here we go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to continue on with that lesson that we were working on this morning. All right, so if you are joining us for the first time and you weren't here this morning, let me go ahead and show you again where you need to be. Or if you were someone who accidentally clicked out of those tabs, this will be helpful to you as well. All right, so you are going to go to Seesaw, and when you get to Seesaw, you will go to your journal. Your journal will have all of the assignments that you've completed as well as things that I've pushed out to you. So for me, it's right up top because as a teacher, I haven't completed anything, right? But if I go in as a sample student, then I might have to scroll down past the work that I've submitted to put it here, okay? You're looking for a piece of notebook paper like this that says use the following link to create model representations of numbers. And you're going to click on this blue link. When you click on that blue link, it might have you enable PDF or Adobe, I'm sorry. Mine's already enabled, but some of you will have a gray screen. You're going to click in the middle, there should be a puzzle piece. When you click that puzzle piece, somewhere up top, it'll be a pop-up that says allow or yes or enable. Click on that, and then it should bring you up to this tool right here, okay? If this tool is not working, and again, this is the one that I want you to try to use, but if it's not working, inside of your math folders, remember, you have an assignment that looks like this, Virtual Math Manipulatives. And when you click on View Original, in this bottom left corner are place value blocks, and you can use those too, okay? I don't prefer these because they don't have as many cool features as the one that we're using right now, but these are a good backup if you're ever having an issue with the ones that I want you to use, okay? So that's where you're going, all right? What we have been working on is creating multiple representations. So I'll show you a couple examples here. I've shown you here the number 271. You can see that I have 200s blocks, 100, 200, 7 tens, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, and 1 1. So this number together creates 271. I'm asking you to create a different representation, meaning I want it to look different. Here's a couple different ways I came up with to create 271. All of these equal 271, but they look very different. Just like if we were to have dollar bills and trade a $100 bill in for 100 $1 bills, right? Same amount, looks different. So take a look at this one. This is 100, and then we have tens. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. So there's another 100, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. So this is 270, and then we have our 1. So this is also 271, just like this was 271. Let's take a look at this one. This is very different. This one, we still have the 200s, but we only have 3 tens. So 200, 210, 220, 230, and then these are in stacks of 10, 240, 250, 260, 270, 271. So this is also different from our original representation. 2 more, take a look down here. 100, 200, look, I didn't use any tens. These are all ones. And I could count 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way to 71 because I know that this is 10. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, plus 1 more. So 271. This is another way, and this way is different because there's no hundreds blocks. There's a hundreds block here. There's hundreds blocks here. There's hundreds blocks here. Up here there were hundreds blocks, but look right here, there's none. These are only tens. Let's count. Count with me in your home. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 120, 130, 140, 150, 160, 170, 180, 190, 200. I bet this is 7 more. 210, 220, 230, 240, 250, 260, 270, and there's my 1. So yep, 271 here. So these are all different ways that you could make 271, and there's a lot more as well. There are tons of ways to regroup a number to create the same value, okay? You're going to practice today with this number, 3,049. And look what I've done. I've used 3,000s blocks. 1, 2, 3. There's no hundreds, so I don't have any hundreds here. I have 4 tens, 10, 20, 30, 40, and 9 ones, which we can see here. So this is 3,049. You're going to work to create a different representation of this number on that manipulative tool that I've given you. Okay, so you'll have 2 tabs open. You'll have your Zoom open so that you can hear your group mates, and you will have your manipulatives open to create that number. In the chat, I will create the directions since I know you can't necessarily see my screen. Okay, all right, let me set up your breakout rooms here. We have 3,050, we needed 3,049, so what do you need to do? So Josiah, right now, hold on, pause. You're at 3,056. That's too many. So let's erase some of those until we get down to 3,049. We're looking for 3,049. Perfect. See how easy that was to fix that work? So Josiah chose to do what? What do you have here? Explain that to us.
Okay. Added 3,000 and then
Mhm.
I went by ones and now I'm into 40.
To 49. So you had 3,000 cubes and 49 ones. Very good. And that is the exact same as 3,049 that I showed in terms of value, but it appears different. Very good. All right, I'm going to show you a new number. Okay, so we're going to take a look at a new one here. Oh, and look, here's a couple different ways that I created 3,049. So Josiah's way was even more different than my way. This one didn't use any thousands. I only used hundreds, and I had 1,000 here, 2,000, 3,000, 4 tens, 9 ones. All right, next number, 4,482. 4,482. That's what we're going to create today. 4,482. All right. I'm going to send you into your breakout rooms. 4,482. And again, I will send to you the instructions in that breakout room too. Okay.